In this video, this is dedicated to one of my favorite times of the year, which is Valentine's Day. As we all know, it's coming up, and if you are not trying to spend $100 plus on some chocolate covered strawberries and other treats, let me show you how to make them. So I just want to explain everything that I will be dipping in this video. This is for beginner friendly, and as you see, it's a really nice, simple, sleek design. You do see Pringles. Yes, you see those. Those are very popular for these treat boxes when it comes to this time of year. You see some sourdough pretzels. You might think that they're called giant pretzels, but they are called sourdough pretzels. And you see some strawberries. The strawberries are palm size, and when they're out of season, you have to pick through them. I'm going to show you how to do a half covered Pringle and a full covered Pringle. And I'm going to show you how to get the nice sleek design as well. I'll show you how to package them just like this as well. If you check the description box, it'll show you everything that you need, down from the utensils, the containers, and where to get it from. So right here, I'm just showing you the fruit. Yes, you want to wash and dry your fruit before you use it. I didn't think I had to tell a bunch of grown people to do that. So now you want to make sure you grab this bag of pretzels. It is a sourdough hard pretzels, and I get this from Target. They're like 2 bags for like $6, and you might want to get 2 because sometimes the bags are broken up. And what you want to do is you want to take a cookie sheet and put parchment paper on it, and you want to separate everything and put them in their own roll. So for the pretzels, you just want to make sure that none are broken, and you want to pull out as many as you can. I did a half dozen for each, a half dozen strawberries, a half dozen pretzels. Now you're going to take the Lay's stack chips. Make sure you get the original one because the salt is what you need to combine with the sweetness of the chocolate. You're going to follow the same technique as far as the pretzels. You're going to go through the Pringles, and you're going to make sure that everything is intact, and you're going to make sure that none are cracked or anything like that. Now, I am going to show you again how to do a half dip chip and how to do a full dip chip. This is a very high delicacy, and this is why when you go into any stores and you see any packages of chocolate dip chips, they're about almost $20. So I'm going to show you how to save some money, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So just keep watching. At this point, you just want to make sure that everything is laid out just like this, and you want to make sure you have a couple pieces extra because there will be extra chocolate, and you can just eat that, or you can just dip it and set it to the side. Now right here, I'm showing you the kind of chocolate that I use. This is the chocolate from Kroger. They have chocolate that's made for dipping, but it's not as smooth as this chocolate. What you're going to do, as you can see here, is you're just going to break the chocolate up into very small pieces. This helps the chocolate melt. And when you are dipping stuff into chocolate, you want to make sure that it is smooth and it is silky, so everything is uniform and is nice and neat. So you're just going to cut it up like I'm showing you right here. And again, you can find this chocolate at Kroger. I believe Walmart has it, but just do not get the chocolate that's the candy melt chocolate from like Joann Fabrics and Hobby Lobby. It's not as smooth as this. So after you get it broken up, you're going to create a double broiler. What you're going to do is take a small saucepan, and you're going to add a little bit of water at the bottom, and then you're going to take a heat resistant bowl. This is the one that I always use in my commercial kitchen. I use these as well, and you're going to put it on top. You're going to continue to stir it just like this, and you'll see the chocolate start to melt. Once the chocolate gets really nice and smooth, it is time for you to take it off. Now, right here, you see me using a rubber spatula because a rubber spatula will get everything off. You won't leave any chocolate or anything. So next, you want to make sure you have a tall cup, and you want to make sure it's tall because you are dipping items. It has to be deep. So what you're going to do is transport the chocolate from the bowl to the cup, and this is why I tell you to use a rubber spatula so nothing is left behind. So you do want to start to move a little bit quicker because the chocolate is cooling down at this point. So I took the pretzels first. So what I'm going to do is show you how you just hold it. You don't have to grab it too tight. And you want to gradually dip it down until you get halfway. You're going to push off the excess chocolate because if you do not, and you sit it on the side and you rush and do it, it'll cure like that, and you'll just have a big mess. It's not going to look as nice and neat as this. So I'm going to do it again a couple times, and whichever side you dip the pretzels in, you want to dip all of the pretzels in just to make it look nice and sleek and uniform. So you want to make sure that the bubble in the side of the middle of the pretzel busts before you take it out. You're going to push it down just like I'm doing here to get all the excess chocolate. You don't have to scrape the bottom. So right here, I'm just bringing it in slow motion, and I'm going to show you the same exact way. Do not rush it. You don't want to dip it one time. You want to dip it gradually in there to make sure everything is nice and neat. So next we're going to do what everybody struggles with, and that is the strawberries. A lot of people struggle with getting the chocolate all the way to the top, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. Again, what you're not going to do is dip the whole thing in and call it a day. You're going to gradually dip that down until you get as close to the top as you can. When you get there, you're going to rotate it. You're going to do a 360 degree, and you're going to pull it back up. When you pull it back up, it should look just like this. At this point, you should see what it's going to look like, but you still want to make sure all of that excess chocolate drops off. Just make sure it drops off. Give it a little bit of time. You'll have to push it a little bit. You're going to have to move it around just to make sure that right here, as you can see, when I moved it around, it was other chocolate on there and it just dripped off. Make sure all of the excess chocolate is dripped off, and make sure you're doing the clockwise 360 degree angle, and you will get the covers that you want. Main issue is the excess chocolate, because keep in mind that when you are dealing with warm chocolate, it cures. So whichever way it cures is the way that it's going to set. Another tip is to make sure that you have parchment paper so it can cure on there. Now what we're going to do is the Pringles, the chips. So what you're going to do is just grab a Pringle and you're going to gradually dip it in just like I'm doing here. You're going to follow the exact same technique, is to make sure that the excess chocolate is dripped off. Next, you're just going to sit that down and you're just going to repeat the process until you have all of them dipped. So for the Pringles, I'm actually going to show you how to do it two different ways, just like I explained in the beginning of the video. So right here, you see me dipping the Pringles halfway, and then I'm going to set them to the side. When I say cure, when it comes to dipping chocolate, curing means that you let the chocolate set and it gets hard, and then you can put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes and it'll cure just like that. Now, the next step I'm going to show you is how to get the full chip. So what you're going to do when it cures, right here, you can see that it's cured. The chocolate is cured. What you're going to do is you're going to flip it over, and then you're going to dip the other side that was not dipped in the chocolate. Follow the same technique, and then sit that to the side again. After you get everything dipped, what you're going to do is put it back in the freezer, or you're just going to sit it to the side. But I do recommend that you put it in the freezer to avoid anything from smearing or anything breaking or anything like that. So at that point, everything is dipped, and we're going to go to the technique of showing you how to do this. So the easiest design I'm going to show you how to do is just the lines. As you can see, this is nice and sleek. This is nice and pretty, and I'm going to show you how to package it at the end as well. So what you need is going to be in the description box, and all you need for this technique is the chocolate, of course, and then a mini spatula. Right here, I'm showing you what I'm doing, but I'm going to give you an up close of it as well. For beginners, you do not want to use a pastry bag or a Ziploc bag and cut the tip. Do not do that. You're not going to get the design. It's not going to come out right, and you will get discouraged. So when you take the spatula, just like I'm doing here, you're going to hold it with your middle finger and your thumb very lightly, and you're going to use your index finger to move it back and forth to get these lines right here. Now, these lines, the further you move, the thicker the line. The quicker you move, the thinner the line. And you just want to freestyle it. You want to do different sizes of the lines. You want to do different ways, and it should turn out just like this. This is just an up-close pic of it where you can see how nice the design is. And the same thing goes for the chocolate-covered chips. This is what they should look like at the end. So right now, I'm just going to show you how you can package it. If you want to go get a bouquet of flowers to match this, which you should, so you can do like the whole concept of it. I'm going to show you right here. These are just cupcake holders. You can get these from Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, Michaels, Walmart. Somebody always have them. Now, for Valentine's Day, I suggest you get the red and the silver ones like this, just to match the whole like color scheme or whatever color scheme that you want to do, because this is just a basic design for beginners that's just starting out. So right here, you just see me freestyling. Usually when it comes to these boxes, I put the large pretzels in the middle, and right here I'm just showing you another up close of the strawberry. But I put the pretzels in the middle, and I put everything else around the pretzels, because the box is mainly for the pretzels when it comes to my treat boxes. Now, if your star of the show is your strawberries or whatever, you're going to put those in the middle. But this is just how I'm stacking these. I'm just making sure that everything is nice and neat. And this is why I tell people to make sure that you dip the pretzels the exact same way on the exact same side so they can look like this. There are so many things that you can dip. You can dip marshmallows, you can dip all kinds of other fruits, but this video right here was strictly for the beginners, because I know even if you want to spend that extra $80+ on these treat boxes when you purchase flowers or something like that, you can, but why not learn how to do it? The chocolate itself is about 2 containers for like $6. The pretzels is 2 for $6, and the strawberries and the fruit can be a very good price as well, but you have to go according to the quality. I just showed you a close-up of the half dip chip. You see how nice and neat that is, but I'm just showing people how to do this in a beginner-friendly way. So once you get done packaging this, you can pair this with the roses or whatever kind of flowers that you decide. Men can do this for women. Women can do this for men, whatever you want to do for Valentine's Day. As we all know, a lot of people get engaged, a lot of people get married, and this is a nice addition to whatever special occasion that you're doing. If you want to see additional footage of me making these, you can go ahead and add my Instagram page. There'll be a link in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video.